You guys got work to do getting ready for the Steelers. I just read that schedule. I don't know that the average fan knows it. This is your third AFC North road game already. Kyle, it is week 5. I mean, that's absurd.
Yeah, I mean, talk about starting fast. We're definitely getting a head start to the season in these first few weeks. But, I mean, that's what camp's for. We prepared for it all year, and we've done a good job so far. We're 2-0 right now in the division, looking to make it 3-0 on the road.
What does it do to your locker room? What does it say to everybody, to the league, if you can go 3-0 in the division on the road here before we even get to Halloween?
Yeah, I think it obviously puts us in a really good position going into the playoffs and later in the year. But it's tough to look at that far ahead right now. We're just worried about this week, worried about Pittsburgh, and going up there, having a good game plan, executing it, and getting a win. Is
this now the best rivalry? I think it has been for a while, but if you look at Bears and Packers, that's not the same. It's one-sided. The Packers own the Bears. I mean, that's the oldest rivalry in the NFL. Is this, simply put, the best and most physical rivalry we have?
I'm probably biased, but I would say yes.
Of course you're biased. That's why I asked. That's good.
Yeah, it's something I've grown up watching. Ed Reed, Ray Lewis, Joe Flacco, people like that. And on the Pittsburgh side, they had greats too: Troy Polamalu, Ryan Clark, Big Ben. So there's some historic names, historic games between us, and just trying to etch my place and team etch our place in that history this week.
Talking to Kyle Hamilton, Ravens safety. They're going to Pittsburgh. How is this game different? Like, describe it, Kyle. I mean, we know it's a physical game, and I always tell fans who have never stood on the sideline, like, you can't understand how physical your average NFL run play is. Like, let's say somebody runs for 5 yards, you come up in the hole and make the tackle, and your average fan sitting on his couch doesn't even look up from his phone. He's looking at Twitter, right? And they can't understand how that feels like a car crash. But yet Steelers games feel different. How much different do they feel?
Yeah, to that point, I always joke with my girlfriend about how I don't know if she would survive a Ravens-Steelers game getting 25 carries. But, no, the physicality is definitely real. It's you can feel it in practice. We preach and we pride ourselves on treating every team the same way, nameless, faceless opponents. But everybody knows when it's Pittsburgh week and things just ramp up a little bit around the building. There's a focused energy that everybody can feel, and it's a good thing. I think we all are locked in this week and excited to go out there on Sunday.
Has Roquan Smith said this week that he wants to, quote, I want to get this right, beat their tail in front of his wife and kids like he did last week?
I actually did not know that quote existed, but kind of funny. But yeah,
wait, hold on, back up, Kyle. You did not hear last week what Roquan said after he said it? Come on.
I did not, honestly.
Okay, so
he said what again?
So this was a big deal in Cleveland. Clearly, you went into Cleveland and beat their tails. But Roquan was on the podium last week, right outside there, as you guys always do, the podium for the local media. And he said, we're going to go into the dog pound. I guess they call it the dog pound. He had a smile on his face. He said, like, I consider myself a dog. I think we're all dogs here on this defense. You're going into another man's house. And, when you go into another man's house, another man's stadium, and here's the quote. He said, you want to beat their tail in front of his wife and kids. And that became like a bulletin board thing in Cleveland. But clearly it did not matter because you went in there and did exactly what he described.
Yeah, that sounds about right for Roquan. But now I'm hearing that, yeah, I mean, it gives ourselves motivation when we hear stuff like that. And like you said, at the same time, gives the other team motivation. But at the end of the day, it's about who comes out on Sunday and plays the best, executes the best, and most physical. So last week we went out and we proved that, and we got to do the same thing this week.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.